Good evening. Thanks for being here. I'm Troy Charles. Here are your top stories. The Thunder Bay District Health Unit is reporting 40 new cases of COVID-19 today, along with 8 new hospitalizations. The active case count did fall to 386. That's thanks to 43 previous cases being resolved. 28 of the 40 new cases were a result of close contact with the previously identified case. 6 had no known exposure. 1 was related to an ongoing outbreak at the Thunder Bay District Jail, and the exposure category for 5 others was pending. As of today, there were 35 district residents in hospital with the virus, including 11 in the intensive care unit. COVID-19 outbreaks at 3 Thunder Bay public schools were declared over by public health authorities today. Outbreaks at St. James Public School, Westgate, CVI, and Woodcrest Public School are all now considered over after a period of heightened surveillance by the Thunder Bay District Health Unit. Local students are 1 week into a period of virtual learning recommended by the Health Unit, expected to last for at least 2 weeks in total. A structural fire that occurred late Friday night has damaged a home on the south side of the city. Thunder Bay Fire Rescue received a call shortly before 11 p.m. on Friday to a residence on the 200 block of Finlayson Street. Flames were seen up to 10 feet high on the rooftop, causing significant damage to the home. Firefighters responded with 5 pumpers, an aerial ladder, and a command unit to prevent spread to nearby houses. There were no civilian or firefighter injuries. Almost 3 weeks after the tragic incident that claimed the life of Scriber Mayor Dave Hamilton, Town Council has selected who will take over the role and represent the community for the remainder of the current term. Adam Riley has the details.
Please observe a moment of silence in memory of Dave Hamilton.
It was an emotional evening Tuesday in Scriber Council chambers, as it was the first meeting since the tragic death of Mayor Dave Hamilton, who was killed in a highway collision on February 13th. With Hamilton's death, Council now had to declare the office of Mayor vacant and appoint a successor. Nominated by Dan McGrath and supported by the rest of Council, Deputy Mayor Kevin Mullins has officially become the Mayor of Scriber, a task Mullins says he is ready to tackle.
I think I'm going to enjoy and relish in it, but I'm going to have to lean on a lot of people. And as you heard in the council meeting, I have a lot of people supporting me. So, and not just from this town, from all over the North Shore. So with that, I'm pretty happy. To tell you the truth, we only got to be 50% successful, because if we do 50% of what Dave did, we'll be successful. As
a result of Mullins' appointment to mayor, his seat as councillor is now vacant. Council has put in motion an application process to fill that vacancy. Mullins is hoping many in the community will express interest.
People should sit on. Now is a good time. It's off the top of my head, a year and 10 months left, and see if you like council. And if you're interested, you put your letter in and tell us what you're interested in and what you'll bring to the table, and then us as council will make a decision.
Council will be accepting letters of interest until March 17th. Mullins is hopeful they will be able to make a final selection and appoint the new member by April. Adam Riley, TBT News.
There's lots of good news this week on the push to vaccinate rural communities in the region. On Tuesday, residents of Peninsula Manor, a supportive seniors housing complex in Marathon, began receiving doses of the Pfizer vaccine. North of Superior Healthcare Group CEO Adam Brown says the manufacturer has updated the transportation safety of that vaccine, which is allowing it to be administered further into the region. Last month, residents at Wilkes Terrace and Terrace Bay received doses of Moderna, and now as Health Canada has approved multiple vaccines, Brown says it is going to be much easier to vaccinate residents.
Storage is going to be an issue, so if we wanted to do a mass vaccination clinic here in Marathon or Terrace Bay, for example, we don't have that storage capacity, that -70 freezer locally. So doing a mass vaccination clinic that may take several days with Pfizer would not be possible. But with Moderna, it certainly is, and with AstraZeneca, that's even more stability with that product. So absolutely, it's opening up possibilities.
Those working to develop Thunder Bay's community energy and emissions plans say council and city officials need to consider the climate with every decision the municipality makes. While direct municipal operations only account for about 3% of the greenhouse gases emitted in the city, the municipality has indirect control of roughly 50% of emissions through policy decisions.
Things like how we manage our waste, so the landfill and the methane that's released into the atmosphere, our land use planning that encourages or maybe doesn't encourage walking and active transportation and maybe favors driving, as well as additional policies with new builds and new buildings. So implementing different initiatives that would allow for new building construction to be less impactful in terms of emissions.
EarthCare will report back to Council with a draft emissions plan this spring. City Council declared a climate emergency in the city in January of 2020. Lakehead University held their 16th annual Research and Innovation Week this past week, where awards were given out virtually to distinguished researchers. The university showcased the recipients with some fun videos.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Oh my God, look at that. Thanks so much.
Lakehead psychology professor Dr. Edward Wana and chemistry professor Dr. Mitchell Albers were the recipients of this year's Distinguished Researchers for their work in social science and science, respectively. Dr. Wana's research in psychology has resulted in his contribution to over 30 academic and professional publications. And Dr. Albert joined Lakehead University and the Thunder Bay Regional Health Sciences Institute in 2011. Throughout his career, he has been awarded funding awards totaling over $16 million. The two recipients made their acceptance speeches virtually.
It is gratifying that our dream from 30 years ago is starting to be used in clinics at hospitals. Although I am receiving this award today, it was all my students, staff, and collaborators who did all the hard work. A hearty thank you to all of them, and thanks for choosing me to receive this award.
I'm humbled and honored to accept the Distinguished Researcher Award, which is a very significant touchstone in my academic career at Lakehead University since 1990. Lakehead University has provided me with clinical and research opportunities to provide mental health services to children, adolescents, and their families in the community. These involvements contributed to this award.
Other awards given out at the virtual R&I Week at Lakehead include various categories under the Graduate Studies Research Excellence and Thesis Awards. The Thunder Bay Symphony Orchestra has resumed live streaming concerts with a new chamber schedule in store for the remainder of the season. For the next 5 weeks, the TBSO will stream 2 virtual and free performances on Fridays. The next set of performances, titled Mozart and Haydn and All-American, are on March 12th. Despite being out of the concert hall, concertmaster Thomas Cosby says being online allows the TBSO to reach a wider audience, expanding outside of Northern Ontario. Although the concerts are free, many have been donating through their website. He says the audience members and musicians alike are itching to return to live performances, but shares the plan they have going forward.
Our basic plan for this season has been to divide up our musicians into very small groups. So instead of ever playing orchestra pieces, we are playing chamber music. Pieces that are for as few as 2 players, and our biggest things have been up to around 9 players, though in the coming weeks we have even cut down from that. And so our goal is to have small groups of musicians.
Cosby says in some ways they have been lucky to perform various chamber pieces because musicians are able to have fun and be creative. The pandemic brought many challenges for Thunder Bay's 50th birthday celebrations in 2020, but the city's 50th anniversary committee persevered and has put together a commemorative video that highlights the shared history of our city from amalgamation to the present day.
We celebrate 50 years of Thunder Bay, its people, success stories, history, culture, heritage, and diversity.
Many tales of the founding of our new north of Superior City in 1970 have passed into legend. The infamous vote for Lakehead, the Lakehead, and Thunder Bay that split the ballot, resulting in our current name.
The video takes the viewer on a journey through Thunder Bay's history, highlighting many significant events over the last 50 years. It includes a visit from Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip in 1973, then off to 1995 when Thunder Bay hosted the World Nordic Ski Championships, and then 2011 with the opening of Prince Arthur's Landing and the revitalized Marina Park waterfall.
Thunder Bay's 50th anniversary in 2020 provided a chance to reflect and showcase some of the key events and people who have helped shape our city since amalgamation. Our community has come a long way thanks to the strength and perseverance of everyone who calls Thunder Bay home.
The full video can be found on the city's website. Joined now by Avery McRae, good friend. Avery, bit of a touching tribute to the late Walter Gretzky this afternoon.
Yeah, it's definitely sad when we saw the news earlier this week that Walter Gretzky had passed away at the age of 82, but today he was laid to rest in his hometown of Brantford, Ontario. We'll give you those details when we return.